everyone, it's me, Super Nerd. I know, long time no see. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening. I'm getting a new job and a career that I really want, and it's just been a crazy year or so. But to preface this is going to be a long video. I'll leave timestamps in the description so you could go to each part of this video. So, I've been browsing YouTube a lot more while I've been stuck here at home during COVID. That is when I'm not working at my job and doing other things, and I've noticed a current trend. Iceberg Explained videos. For those that are unaware, Iceberg Explained videos take the anatomy of an iceberg, where it's small on top and bigger at the bottom, and use that example to explain certain topics and theories that are associated with the topic. So, this might sound a little weird, but I'm trying to explain this the best I could. So, for example, let's take government conspiracy theories. Well-known conspiracy theories like Bush did 9/11 would be at the top of the iceberg, and it keeps going down in tiers to lesser-known conspiracy theories to urban legends and even myths. Does that make sense? Hopefully, because it sounded a lot better in my head, if I'm honest. As I've been looking at YouTube, I noticed that a lot of people have been making these videos, and they've been making them about anything and everything, from architecture to video games like Super Mario, Minecraft, Animal Crossing, Sonic, YouTube channels, government icebergs, horror film icebergs, internet and deep web icebergs, you name it, there's an iceberg for it. Of course, me being me, I'm about 6-7 months late to the trend, but I'm not really doing this for views because, let's be honest, my videos aren't super popular. So I wanted to hop on this trend, so I did my research, and it seems like everything I wanted to make an iceberg video was already made. So I thought, what could I do that hasn't been explained before? And then it hit me. IMVU. If you know me, I've been on IMVU since 2010, and I've had my current account since 2015. So I'm a pretty seasoned player, but when I look at icebergs from Minecraft or Roblox or pretty much anything else, I get kind of discouraged. IMVU's never had that type of community. There's no creepy urban legends associated with IMVU, no notorious users, no famous chat rooms, or really any significant drama. So what could be on the IMVU iceberg? So I grabbed a couple of my friends and we did a little research. And I also wanted to plug a new show that I'm doing. It's going to be called IMVU Underground. It's going to be videos of my friends and I searching through the corners of IMVU for anything interesting. And boy, did I find a lot. I mean, it's nothing like what Roblox or Minecraft could come up with, but I think it's enough to make an iceberg. So without further ado, here's the first IMVU iceberg made by yours truly. A short disclaimer before the video, I'm going to go through what each of the levels mean one by one. There really isn't any urban legends on here, but as you go down, the theories and the facts get more and more intense. I will link all the places I got my information from in the description, but I had to scavenge the internet and go on certain websites to get the information that I got. And some of these people that I've talked to and the websites I went on, I'm going to leave anonymous. Why? It's not because they're not legitimate. They're 100% legitimate, but if IMVU knows where I got my information from, their website and their services can be taken down, and I don't want that to happen to them. Also, there are several cases, legal and non-legal, that involve real people, even minors. For their privacy, I'm not going to say their full names, as I'm not here to try to exploit them anymore. Also, one last disclaimer. I know there's been a lot of info already, but this is extremely important. The more I go down this list, the darker the theories, the facts are going to be. Some of the content in the lower parts of the iceberg are extremely triggering. The triggers include missing persons, kidnapping, grooming, murder, pedophilia, and sexual abuse. So if you get triggered by topics like that, please click off the video. And with that, I will introduce you to the IMVU iceberg. Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing is the top tier of this iceberg. This tier will explain things that everyone who has even heard of IMVU knows about, and they probably haven't needed to play it to know what I'm talking about. So the first topic I'm going to go over is MMORPGs. Before we get into what IMVU is, we need to get into what MMORPGs are. The term massive multiplayer online role-playing games is known as MMORPG. These games are vast and spread across all different forms and platforms. These games usually consist of someone creating an avatar or persona of their own character and exploring a virtual world. Some of the more famous MMORPGs are ones such as World of Warcraft, League of Legends, MapleStory, Phantasy Star, and RuneScape. While these ones are more fantasy-oriented, with an actual plot to the game, IMVU falls under another category of MMORPGs, which are tended to be more casual. This category hosts games such as Second Life, Mies, and now defunct Swinky. And this even goes for more childish games as well, such as Club Penguin, Woo's World, and Habbo Hotel. These ones are more casual, there's no heavy plot, you basically just create a persona and explore the virtual atmospheres, talking and making friends along the way. IMVU ads. This is probably one of the more famous aspects of IMVU that have been left into the world. I'm not sure if these ads still pop up since I do have ad blocker installed on my computer, but these ads were known to be prominently shown on YouTube, flash game websites, and even porn websites. These ads themselves are pretty humorous, basically a JPEG version of a mobile game ad. These ads often promote the romance aspect of IMVU, showing really old quality IMVU avatars embracing or kissing others, telling the viewer to find your soulmate. Other famous ones would be ones where they would compare humans to avatars, telling them that they can create themselves, or kawaii avatars with the statement, "create your anime." Others often parody movies like even Twilight or Titanic. These ads are extremely funny, projecting themselves to an adult audience or people who just want to roleplay and have been known to cross YouTube themselves. Like I said, I don't know if these ads are still shown since they're extremely outdated and I have ad blocker, but if they are, please let me know in the comments. What does IMVU stand for? IMVU is an acronym. Often people have misinterpreted IMVU's acronym to be a play on the phrase INVU, but this is not the case. It actually means Instant Messaging Virtual Universe. It's a mistake that many people often make, and it even goes to the pronunciation of the name. IMVU or IMVU. Spoiler alert?
Hey there, Katrina over here. So we noticed our users trying to guess what IMVU stood for. So we went ahead and asked IMVU staff what they think it means.
It's IMVU, but you can pronounce it however the hell you want. Tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg is the next category. This levels for topics that most casual players or incoming players will know about, as well as major IMVU news. For affinity. Although the basic IMVU avatar is human, the service allows users to design, develop, and distribute furry avatar-based characters and add-ons, such as tails, ears, etc. Because of this, IMVU is specifically marketed toward the furry fandom, with many furry-oriented groups on the site. IMVU officially acquired the online furry art gallery Fur Affinity in January 2015 to great success. The company ran the site until February 1st, 2021, when the site's community leader, Dragoneer, bought it back. Funnily enough, when the guy brought back Fur Affinity, he bought it for more than he sold it for, leaving him in massive debt. The furry community. While many communities and subcultures are on IMVU, one of the biggest subcultures is the furry community. Due to the many animal accessories and customizations, furries have always been a huge staple on IMVU, with many furry-oriented chat rooms and groups. The emo and scene community. While IMVU came out in 2004, its popularity rose between the years 2007 to 2011. During this era, a popular subculture emerged, known as emo and scene. This subculture took elements from the goth subculture and usually added bright colors and patterns, as well as pop culture elements. While these specific subcultures died down, they found its place on IMVU, which used to have so many scene and emo chat rooms and clothing. AP, VIP, IMVU. These are just various upgrades you can get on IMVU. I'm going to go over them in ascending ranks. Age verification. This is just an upgrade you can get when you verify your age is over 18. You can do this by sending a picture of your ID. Access Pass. This usually comes with your age verification, but this is when you can access the adult and pornographic side of IMVU, giving you access to sex clubs, sex-oriented skin, clothes, furniture, and homes. Marriage Package. This is something you can get for you and a lover or friend, where you get extra shared room as well as shared furniture. A lot of people who get married on IMVU get this package. Creators Package. This gives you access to create items that you can sell in the store and create chat rooms for people to join. VIP. The highest upgrade on IMVU, you can get access to plenty of things, such as special moods and animations, as well as discounts and credits delivered monthly. To get this though, you do have to pay a fee every month. Free credit scams. There are many videos on YouTube claiming that you can get free credits or buy furniture and clothing from the IMVU shop without using credits, which is IMVU's currency. They often lead to websites that you have to enter your login information to supposedly get these free credits. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that you really shouldn't do this because this is an easy way to get your account hacked. Famous IMVU users: Kobe Butler, Certified Zay, Yadris, Tesh Chish, Nick Dominates, and Carmen King. These are just very famous IMVU users with very large YouTube channels. My favorite has to be Tesh Chish, an OG who created my favorite IMVU video to ever exist. Roleplay. Back in the day, IMVU promoted itself to people by telling them that they can be anyone, anywhere. Lots of roleplay groups were interested and signed on, most popular ones being vampire or kingdom clans. Many roleplay groups that do not have to do with sex take place in a gothic, medieval, Victorian, or futuristic setting. As more casual players come in though, roleplay groups have been going down slowly, but if you look in chat rooms you can still see active roleplay groups. Trill. Other than emo, trill was another type of style that was very popular in IMVU. It is an urban-centered style that has become popular in the early 2010s, the swag movement alive and well. Notable features of this include face tattoos, oversized heads, small eyes, gang poses, guns, body glitter, a very small body scaler for women and a very tall body scaler for men, oversized hips and ass, and plenty of accessories. The trill style faded out in IMVU, and nowadays with SoundCloud rappers like XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD, DaBaby, Lil Baby, and female rappers like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Saweetie, and City Girls trending in urban fashion, the new style in this category is called drippy.
You feel me? Yeah. Anyway, hey, give my sister her shit back, bruh.
Instagram, give me back my page.
Bruh, give her her shit back.
That nigga swag is low as shit.
Buckstars. Buckstars is an IMVU chat room featured when you join in Chat Now. It is a coffee shop, and with the logo on the interior, it is a play on the coffee shop Starbucks. Surface level. Surface level. This level is for more intense IMVU players with more experience on the game. This is pretty basic information you can get when you play the game after a period of time. IMVU sex places. IMVU is sometimes known as a sex chat due to how many horny people are there. Even in general access areas, there are sex places that you can go in, finding people having cyber sex and in peculiar positions and actions with other avatars. It can go even more extreme if you have AP and age verification due to the ability to buy fully nude avatars with vaginas, penises, and breasts, as well as bondage outfits and cum stains and sex furniture and rooms. It's absolutely insane, and I love going into these rooms to troll people in. Dead servers. While IMVU is definitely smaller than Second Life or World of Warcraft, IMVU is known to have 50 million users in its database, with 10 million being active every month, with many people probably getting VIP or Creators Passes having chat rooms on IMVU. While not counted, it is said that there are over 1,500 IMVU chat rooms. Due to the passage of time, it is quite certainly possible that there are chat rooms that have been abandoned, looking old due to the passage of time. These rooms may have very few, if any, visitors, creating a virtually dead chat world, aging in the void of all the new chat rooms being created. Vcoin. In the wake of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and especially due to the news of GameStop and its stock market, IMVU decided to join in and make a virtual currency, unrelated to credits. It's built on blockchain technology and is joining all other forms of virtual currency. It can be earned, bought, and transferred into cash. It is not credits and cannot be used to buy items in the shop, but it can be used to stream or receive badges, which you can buy off of other users who make them. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission is behind the approval of this. Silent chat rooms. This may seem a little weird, but there are so many chat rooms that are filled with people that when you go in, nobody is talking. Personally, I don't know why they don't talk or do something in a chat room, but it's quite common. Oftentimes, if you initiate conversations in these chat rooms and someone does respond back, it's often short, quick responses, or people are just downright insulting you. Many of the people in there are bullies that think that they're a lot better than anybody else. Private IMVU rooms. There are private IMVU chat rooms. While on the chat rooms page, you can limit the people allowed to come in to be only friends or certain people on IMVU. Since you cannot get in unless you're allowed to access, nobody knows what happens in these private rooms, but often they're just regular clubs or tribute rooms. Children and adoption centers. Much like on Second Life, there are a lot of IMVU families. There are adults on IMVU who act like teenagers or even small kids. Though I personally don't know why this is a thing, there are a couple of explanations. There are a lot of IMVU series on YouTube which feature family-like stories or even IMVU family YouTubers. These can also be a coping mechanism as an age regression method, but due to this being a heavier topic and me not knowing these people, I am very wary to put that label on these people. This also makes for IMVU adoption centers, where an IMVU couple would look to adopt an IMVU child. Also, there are IMVU maternity clinics where people can go to give birth to IMVU children. Since I don't roleplay like that, I don't really understand, but as long as it's not for some weird sexual thing, then I don't really have a problem with it. IMVU versus Second Life. Though not as rampant, there is a small rivalry between Second Life and IMVU. As stated above, these are both virtual world games with very similar graphics and concepts. Because of this, there's always been a small rivalry between Second Life and IMVU. In this community, however, Second Life seems to be more popular, with whole movies, weddings, TV shows, and documentaries about the virtual world. Often, IMVU gets criticism for the lack of customization that Second Life has, as well as the fact that you cannot walk or explore worlds, while Second Life gets more criticism due to the somewhat more older fan base, as well as the many more controversies in Second Life than on IMVU. Shallow waters. This is a tough section for me to write out. IMVU has been online since 2004, so through the years there have been changes and add-ons to the program. I decided that shallow water should be a layer for things that might be obvious for older IMVU players, but might not be for newer or less interested players. So this would include things that people would know about if they were higher in the IMVU membership, been on IMVU for a long time, or IMVU features that have been discontinued over time. IMVU deleting accounts. While it has been known for hackers to infiltrate IMVU accounts and withdraw and delete products that the official owner has bought, it has also been an open secret that IMVU deleted accounts without warning. Before my current IMVU account, I've had many IMVU accounts on and off. Because IMVU never used to give out free credits and I was a young child with no income, I was never allowed to continue buying more credits. But in 2014, I created an account called Ordinary Girl 54321. Normally, I would forget about this account after a while, but I made some good friends in junior year of high school, who I'm still friends with now, and I discovered that they also had IMVU. I began to play, and this was actually the first time I bought credits for IMVU. After playing almost every day for a year, and even getting hacked, my best friend and I both logged on, and all of a sudden our accounts were deleted. Not hacked, but completely gone. We had to create completely new accounts. IMVU credit generators. Most were found out and shut down by IMVU in 2015. These were websites that could generate IMVU credits when you give them your information. While many of these were just scams, there were quite a few that actually worked, but IMVU caught wind of these and shut them down. IMVU account sale. There are IMVU users who sell their accounts to new people for a small amount of money. Usually this is because they want to start anew and they use the money to buy a new account with VIP and credits. If IMVU is notified of this though, they've been known to shut down accounts that are talking about selling. Hard cock. Even for AP and age-verified users who have access to the adult content of IMVU, IMVU has been known to repeatedly ban and report items that are considered too sexual, such as furniture, sex villas, and most notably the term hard cock, although penises are quite normal to buy in the IMVU shop. Grandfathered accounts. These are accounts that are so old or old enough that they can create products without needing a VIP or make rooms without needing AP. Outfit Challenge. The Outfit Challenge was a challenge that you can enter. The challenge would give you a theme like Winter Wonderland, Halloween Haunt, Celebrity Lookalike, and people would submit pictures of their outfits that match the theme. This would be a contest where all participants would be ranked, and the winners would receive badges. The outfit challenges ended in 2016, and you can now look at the previous ones on the website as of 2017. IMVU Games. IMVU used to have plenty of mini games that you could play. Walk Off is still existing as a Bejeweled Fashion type game, but before then, there used to be tons of more games you can play. Most of them were like early 2010s mobile games, but the most popular one being Draw My Thing. Old avatars in rooms. This is kind of self-explanatory. As time goes on, IMVU's graphics got better, but the normal noob avatars of today will be like a VIP avatar from the late 2000s, early 2010s. Anyways, the graphics were pretty primitive, and it's actually amazing to see how far IMVU has come through the years. Message removal. IMVU has removed messages from before 2013 that you have in your inbox. That's all. Crash codes. Crash codes are codes for people in the game. By entering these codes, they can spam the chat wicked fast. This can overload the chat room that people are in and cause IMVU, a game known for a lot of lag, to crash and shut down. Mainly trolls and noobs use these to piss people off. This has personally happened to me and a group of friends in 2015 in this Kwai anime cafe. This person spammed so much and had so many KBs that it not only shut down IMVU, but all of our computers. IMVU hackers. There have been instances of IMVU hackers telling users that they'll stop hacking if they're given credits. Or, on the flip side, they will start hacking if not given credits. There were several prominent hacker groups, up to 7 major ones back in IMVU's older days, which were taken down by 2010. But it is still likely that there are smaller IMVU hackers and hacker groups. YouTube series. There's this weird genre of IMVU YouTube videos of IMVU series. It's kind of like a TV show with IMVU characters with animations and sometimes lazily enough still images. Oftentimes, these storylines will have to do with romance and guys cheating on girls and gangs and incest, oddly enough. Like I said, these are extremely weird, and some of these involve child avatars, with weird plots involving sex with these child avatars. Into the depths. This category is going in deep into the soft underbelly of IMVU. As a warning though, this is where topics begin to get heavy. How Into the Depths is going to differ from the next level of the iceberg is the simple fact that all this information is available online, while the next one is only talked about through different IMVU forums with no official news statements or articles. That being said, trigger warnings for this level include murder, child murder, missing persons, child pornography, and internet grooming. IMVU lawsuit. This is actually a pretty well-known lawsuit that happened in the late 2000s on IMVU. You can completely research the court documents and find several case files. IMVU used to delete specific music triggers from the store, originally at first capping them off at 20 seconds. People, after losing money from the IMVU sales, decided to fight back. There was no rule before prohibiting music from being played on IMVU at all, so they took off the triggers, which wouldn't be a problem at first, but they also took the money that people made from the sales, so that's why they decided to sue. IMVU was able to play full songs, but didn't allow new uploads to stay up, so IMVU knew what they were doing was legal. IMVU then pocketed the sales. IMVU had infamously lost the lawsuit, and now you can create playlists and music triggers on IMVU to this day. Secret credit reseller websites. Deep down, there's a black market of IMVU, where you can buy hundreds and millions of credits for a small price, as well as buy exclusive or banned items. These ones, though, are exclusive, with you needing to provide your age, ID, and information, and there's usually a waiting list before you get the credits or items. IMVU funeral homes. Yes, IMVU funeral homes exist, and no, not roleplay funeral homes, I mean actual bona fide funeral homes. These funeral homes are dedicated to IMVU users or friends of IMVU users, with some of these graves being for pets, miscarriages, and children. And oftentimes, these graves have pictures of the IMVU avatars or the persons that have been deceased. IMVU grooming. Unfortunately, for as long as the internet has been around, there have been internet predators grooming young children. IMVU, a chatting program with a massive player base, is no exception. Just as a preface, if you know someone that's grooming minors, please report them to the authorities. People who do this shit are completely sick and disgusting. There are so many public cases of grooming at IMVU, so I'm only going to highlight a few. Stephen Wayne Wood, 26 years old, was arrested in Denver, Colorado for admitting to underage grooming, talking to what he believed was a minor on IMVU, but it turned out to be a setup. Brian C. Dyke, also 26 years old, befriended a girl between the ages of 5 and 15 on IMVU, and going as extreme to send nude photos of himself to said girl. A search was found, and he had many images of child pornography, and is now receiving felony charges. An unnamed incident in Suffolk found a 10-year-old girl being groomed on IMVU. Missing persons IMVU case. A mother has gone missing after being obsessed with a 3D virtual world on an internet chat site. Anne Marie Squires has not been seen for 3 weeks after leaving her home without warning. Her partner of 8 years, Andrew Job, and her son have not heard from her, and her mobile phone is switched off. Ms. Squires' family said in the months before she vanished, the 40-year-old spent most of her spare time on IMVU.com. The site allows users to create a character, or avatar, and then interact with others in a 3D virtual world. The website boasts, meet new people in 3D, hang out, chat, and have fun in thousands of animated rooms, meet new friends from all over the world. Ms. Squires' sisters believe she could have met someone online and decided to leave her old life behind and are desperate to hear from her. Julie Hurst, 41 years old, from Wichita, said, Anne Marie was very involved in this virtual reality game online. She was on the computer all the time playing on it. It is the sort of thing that sucks you in, and it completely took over her life. I know she argued with her partner Andrew about how much time she spent on the internet. Mrs. Hurst said that she has tried going online to search for Miss Squires by signing up to IMVU.com's internet community, but without success. Her adopted son, Andrew Hislop from Andover, got back in touch with his mother 3 years ago, saying, she seemed happy when I saw her, so it came as a real shock. It wouldn't be so bad if we got a text or an email just letting us know she is okay, but it's the lack of contact that's so worrying. For the last 6 months, the internet had become one of the main things in her life. A spokesman for Hampshire police said her disappearance is being investigated and police are in regular contact with her family. We believe that she had caught a train from Fareham Station after 8 a.m. on Thursday, May 13th, possibly to Southampton Central or London. At this stage, we believe Anne Marie planned to leave home as she took her possessions with her, and it looks like she planned her journey. Her sister, Julie Hurst, who lives in Amesbury, set up a page on social networking site Facebook appealing for information, with 1,300 people joining in members. This resulted in Anna Marie going to the police to notify them that she was alright. However, though, she still hasn't come back home. Her 23-year-old son Andrew is saying, "We are gutted, but at least we know she's safe and well." The Facebook group, "Please help us find Anna Marie Squires," has been closed. In my research, it seems that there's no updates to the story, so I really don't know how it ends. IMVU murder. Past allegations of child abuse, a tangled relationship history, and online chainsaw massacre role-playing were among the subjects probed by police investigating the death of a disabled 10-year-old girl in North Carolina. Eliza Baker's information led police to the girl's remains. Eliza Baker was the girl's stepmother, and she said that Jane had been dismembered after she died, and her remains dumped in various sites around western North Carolina. Eliza said that her husband, Adam Baker, dismembered the girl and helped dump her body. Information in the warrants and cell phone records say he wasn't in the places where her remains were found, but she was. Eliza and Adam had met on IMVU, and they ended up after 2 years moving in with each other. Jane's appearance became publicly known in early October. Family friends remembered the girl as constantly smiling despite her health problems. She had lost a leg to bone cancer, and chemotherapy left her with 2 hearing aids. The unsealed documents show police and prosecutors sought records from a variety of cell phones, including cell phone records for men Eliza Baker had been romantically involved with before marrying Adam Baker. One of these men was Aaron Young, who was married to Eliza before she met Adam. These documents say Eliza and Young remained close, although they say she told Adam that Aaron Young was her brother. One warrant says pictures on the Facebook pages maintained by both Eliza and Young showed him with Jane Baker. He might be related to the homicide, but his wife disagrees. Aaron Young was mentioned along with Adam and Eliza Baker in court documents detailing Hickory Police's efforts to get records from the Instant Messaging Virtual Universe website. The social networking and gaming site allows users to create 3-dimensional avatars and communicate with each other. According to a November 8th warrant, police were told that an IMVU user had a conversation with Adam and Eliza Baker regarding their involvement with Chainsaw Massacre role-playing that included Young. Christy Young said her husband used to play IMVU, but it was harmless. "It's just like Avatar," she said, referring to a blockbuster 3D movie. "You create your own characters and talk to people and have fun with it. I don't know where everyone is getting this. It's very upsetting to our family." Side note, this is completely odd to me because I've seen Avatar and it has no correlation to IMVU other than you make what's called an avatar, which is just a personification of yourself digitally. If they're talking about the guy who transformed to go into the avatar's world, then that's one thing, but other than that, this is completely confusing for me. Police found information from 7 county social services about past abuse involving Eliza and her previous 3 biological children. Former neighbors also told the AP that Eliza Baker was short-tempered with her stepdaughter, and in July 2010, she gave her daughter a black eye. Eliza Baker is currently in jail on charges of obstructing the investigation by writing a false ransom note. Adam Baker is free on bond after facing charges unrelated to his daughter. The case has gone cold, but since then, she has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder of her stepdaughter Jane and is sentenced to 18 years in prison. The Abyss. I want to warn you, this layer contains some of the darkest information and rumors about IMVU to date. This is an extreme trigger warning for pedophilia, child sex trafficking, child porn, exploitation, as well as terrorism. IMVU slave market. This admittedly is not as bad as it sounds, especially when it comes to the rooms that we'll be going on over later in the list. Often on IMVU's forums or in AP rooms, this is often for committed sexual roleplay. Often people will take a character of a slave or a submissive and promote themselves as masters, mistresses, and dominants. This is for really committed sexual roleplay partners, and most of these people don't take them casually. There are also IMVU escorts and prostitutes who have cybersex for credits and or money. Bear.com. This, as you can probably tell, is a supposed ripoff of IMVU. which ironically, the founder of IMVU is the founder of there.com. Now, you may be looking at this and think it's a dead chat world. And it is, but it still exists, and I have been on it. Actually, later on, I will be uploading a video of my adventures into there.com and be showing you history of there.com and my findings. IMVU, alt-right, Nazi, racist, Soviet, and MAGA chat rooms. I'm grouping all of these together because I think they're pretty similar. Of course, with the amount of IMVU users there have been bound to have political ideologies. Now, I don't think it's political to think that racism, anti-Semitism, and homophobia political beliefs are absolutely horrendous, but there have been several chat rooms on IMVU dedicated to such topics. I personally have trolled the ever-living shit out of these rooms, so I can confirm that they do exist. Due to the presidency and election of last year, there have been plenty of these rooms popping up, spouting hateful political ideologies. For the most part, however, IMVU has left these rooms alone. But due to the January 6th insurrection, when protesters tried to stage a coup by breaking into riots and into the Capitol, the subsequent removal of Donald Trump on Twitter for enticing the violence, IMVU has seemed to crack down on these rooms, deleting most of them. However, though, and I don't know why you'd want to, unless you want to do some trolling, you can look up certain keywords for white supremacy and Nazism and find a few rooms left. I'm not going to be listing these keywords and phrases, but yes, a few of these rooms have seemed to slip through the cracks. Slavery rooms. Now, this is in a different category entirely because yes, there are slave role-playing rooms, and not sexual BDSM slavery for the most part. These are rooms based on southern plantations filled with huts, cotton fields, and other racial stereotypes. Most of these rooms have bondage furniture, so it's supposed to reenact race play scenarios. Now, as a white woman, I'm not qualified to talk about the history of race play in the BDSM community, and I do not feel comfortable with racism in any way, shape, or form. Columbine, Titanic, or 9/11 rooms. These are similar to the slavery room, so I debated putting them in the same category, but I think that there's enough differences to make them a spot all of their own. There are several rooms on IMVU where you can go to a replica of Columbine High School where the 1999 Columbine massacre took place. This room is created by what the true crime community calls the Columbiners, or someone who has a not good of a fascination with Columbine and the killers Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. In a similar vein, there are also Titanic rooms, which is usually just a recreation of the ship, used to be a tribute or a club room. One of these rooms actually has a sex room inside of it, but I guess it's trying to be like the movie. One of these rooms has a creepy tribute with pictures of the people who perished in the Titanic disaster. There is also a 9/11 room. Well, many IMVU rooms dedicated to 9/11. But there's a specific one where you can actually go in the Twin Towers. It's supposed to be a tribute, but with all the rainbows and helicopters and fire trucks, it's a little tasteless. For these two, I put them lower in the list due to the sheer horrendousness of it. Trigger warning. These include subjects such as child pornography, child trafficking, sexual abuse, etc. You have been warned. IMVU porn. I'm not sure how often this happens now, but people were uploading porn to their IMVU profile page background in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Some of these profiles had child pornography pictures as their background or profile picture, which is extremely fucked up. Luckily, several underground IMVU groups were able to track these people down and get the profiles taken down, and I also heard that a couple of these people were arrested, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. Child sex trafficking groups. This is another horrific scandal that happened on IMVU. It's a bigger scandal than the previous one, but as both of these are so low on the list, you can be sure that not many people have heard about it. Yes, there were actual sex trafficking groups on IMVU. Lots of these groups would advertise themselves in chat rooms labeled as dance clubs, not in AP, but in general access, where they would find underage people and offer to give them gifts and credits in exchange for cyber sex or child pornography. They would find general access nude suits, which would be hard to find, but they are there, especially in IMVU's older days. The same underground IMVU groups that were able to catch the previous people that posted child pornography in IMVU were able to track down these people. One of these was funded by a rich woman who would sue IMVU when the clubs she ran were taken down. She would apparently state that there was nothing wrong going on and these were regular dance clubs. IMVU would give them back, preferring to settle out of court and take her to trial. When questioned, she said that she was trying to show her daughter how to run a business. They eventually got found out, with all their accounts IP banned and the clubs were taken down. Mariana's Trench. Every download of IMVU is personalized. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I've been working really hard on changing that. I've been working on videos, but due to my schedule, they may take a while to come out, but I guarantee they'll be out. Till then, stay tuned.